Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mystery D.
What is change to you? Are you changing the way that you think? Are you changing the way that you hold yourself? Are you changing to want a better lifestyle? Are you changing to survive? What is change? What is it that makes it so hard? I'm going to be real with you right now. What makes it hard is the fact that it's unknown. It's uncharted territory. It's something we've never experienced before. And it's uncomfortable. I don't think that we want to change, I don't think it's something like, oh, hey, I'm just going to change today. Sounds like fun. No, it's not like that. I think it stems from somewhere, whether it's a tough time that you're going through. It could be life has thrown a wrench and you had no choice but to change. Or you changed because you saw somebody living differently and you thought to yourself, I would like to live like that. And you made the change to do so. I'll give an example. Like for me, I made some changes. I wanted to take better care of myself. I wanted to treat myself like I treat other people. And that led me to quit drinking 2.5 years ago because I wanted to live a better lifestyle. I wanted to be present. I wanted to be a better father. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to be the best version of myself. And alcohol was holding me back. The partying was holding me back. And that lifestyle was holding me back. When I changed, it wasn't like it all happened all at once, and it definitely didn't happen overnight. When you live a certain way and you do certain things and you create these habits, those don't go away. They do with time. But in order to get rid of old habits and old ways of thinking, you need to create new ways of thinking and create new, healthier habits. And I think that was the hardest part, was maintaining that. But over time, it got easier. My life started getting better. I started seeing the outcome. And you're going to have times of doubt. You're going to have times of struggle. There's no question about it. It's what you do in those moments of struggle and doubt that define you. It's the choices that we make in those crucial moments, because change is growth. It means you're growing. And only you can stop yourself from growing. By going back to old unhealthy habits, back to old ways of thinking, back to doing what you were doing before. But you need to keep in mind your end goal. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you want out of life? And I have asked myself that so many times. I feel like I could be doing so much better, even today, with everything that I have, everything that I built and I've created. I'm sitting here talking to you right now as a podcast host. Like I would have never thought I'd be able to do it. I had to make changes. I had to get out of my comfort zone and talk. I had to be vulnerable. This is new to me. This is uncomfortable. But I'm not giving up. I'm still trying. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. Revivalists, if you're going through a change right now, whether it's a breakup, quitting a bad habit, or wanting to do better in your life, you got this. And I'm proud of you for making that change. It's not easy to make a change, and you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Especially when you're doing it for you. You're doing it for yourself. We can't change for other people. We can't change for our kids, our parents, our spouses, our siblings. We need to change for us. We need to change and grow because we want to change and grow. Otherwise, it's not going to stick. Maybe you're going through a breakup right now. Breakups are hard because we are with somebody, especially if you're in a relationship for a long time. When you're with somebody for a long time like that, you tend to grow your life around them. You tend to kind of maybe act like them a little bit. Maybe your whole world has been intertwined with this other person. So when that ends, whether it was mutual or it was one-sided, it's not easy on either side. You would need to learn how to relive life by yourself, and that means finding yourself. It's an identity shift. It's a major change, and it's hard. It's very hard. I feel for you. I know what it's like. I remember what it's like. I still have PTSD from breakups, but that doesn't define me. I don't allow that to affect my present moment, but I can relate and I can understand. You're going to get hit with struggles. You're going to get hit with thoughts of doubt, and you want to go back to your old lifestyle. You want to go back to things you were doing. But in a breakup, you can't do that, right? You can't go back to what you were living before because that person's no longer there, right? So you have no choice but to change. And you can either fall or you can rise above it. And my best way of doing it was, I'm not allowing somebody else to take me out. I'm going to do better than I was. And yeah, there might be that sense of, I'm going to do better than them. I'm going to make them miss me. And yeah, there was those moments where I used that motivation to get me back. But at the end of the day, I did it for myself. You've just tapped into Real Talk Revival, the podcast that speaks to the fighters, the feelers, and the ones rewriting their story. I'm Rob D, and each week we dive into real conversations about recovery, mental clarity, and how to rise when life tries to break you. This isn't just a podcast. It's a revival of truth, of hope, of you. There's no growth in comfort. You need to learn how to be willing to change and accept change and look at it in light and not in darkness. Think of change as you're just growing into a better version of yourself, and it's somebody that you've never been before. So give yourself a little break. We cling to what's familiar, not what's best. While you're changing, you're going to grieve your old identity. You're going to grieve the loss of your old life. There are going to be those moments where sadness kicks in and you miss those things you used to do. But that's not you anymore. You need to find new ways of doing things. Who knows, maybe that new way of doing things you might find you like better than the old way of doing things. So there's going to be moments of isolation and setbacks. You're going to feel like you're different. And that's okay. You're going to lose friends. You might lose family, especially if you're creating a better life for yourself. Yeah, I think it's best to say to let those things go that are holding you down. I want you to think of this. Think of a snake mid-shed, half out of its old skin, half trapped, vulnerable, tender, but it can't go back. The old skin doesn't fit anymore. I like using metaphors sometimes because it makes us look at a situation differently. You could also look at it like a pair of shoes. As we grow up and grow older, when we grow, we don't fit into the same sneaker that we did when we were 5. No, we fit into a different size because we outgrew those sneakers. And sometimes we outgrow our life that we're living. And change has to happen in order for us to evolve into what we're meant to be. And the pain that you're having during this change and during this process is proof that you're transforming. How you handle situations, how you handle these problems.
You're listening to Real Talk Revival.
And you don't have to become someone new. You uncover who you truly were beneath the survival. It's letting go of old ways of thinking, old ways of decision making, old ways of viewing yourself. You know, you're not starting over. You're starting from experience. I'll give another metaphor. Change is like a chrysalis. You know, the little cocoons that a caterpillar makes? It's dark, it's silent, it's lonely. But it's where your wings are made. And when you finally break free, the wind knows your name. It's like it's already calling you. It's already like you're set on this path, this journey. And you can be whomever you want to be. Just look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? Who is it that I want to be? And I just got goosebumps saying that. I'll give you some good ideas as far as like what I do to reflect on what I need to change. I do a lot of self-reflection by journaling. I'll ask myself, what am I afraid of losing that might actually be setting me free? I write down those moments of struggle, those moments that I want to go back to my old life. Why is it that I want to go back to my old life? Is my new life shitty? You know, what am I doing that's not right? What am I doing that's not in line with who I am? I realized that, you know, months ago, I was ready to make a career change. I was having a hard time at work. I work in a corporate office. It's new. It's something that I've never experienced before. I was uncomfortable and I wanted to make a change. And it was at that moment I realized that it wasn't so much my job. I have a lot of energy to sit behind a desk, but I've always wanted to work in IT, you know, so why did I want to get out of it? And I realized that there was something I was missing. I wasn't getting that fulfillment, that feeling like I was accomplishing anything. So I went online and I started applying to rehabs, and next thing you know, I am a recovery specialist and I work part-time. I do it a couple nights a week, and it gives me that feeling. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because it gave me what I was missing. And then it gave me that extra confidence boost to take the leap and start this podcast and be able to talk to you. Change is whatever you want it to be. Nobody should be asking you to change to suit their needs. Change, like I said, comes within. Thank you for taking the time today to better yourself. For without darkness, there can be no light. We are grown in the shadows, forged in fire. We're built different. I'm built different. I don't want to stop growing. I don't want to stop seeing who I can become. Looking back at all my heartache, all the pain, all the shit that I've been through, and where I'm at today, keep fucking pushing on. You can do it. Thinking back of those dark, lonely times in the apartment all alone, going through just getting sober, going through a breakup, going through a job change, all of it, all at once. It felt like my world was collapsing, and I'm so proud of myself. And you should be too. You should be proud of where you came from. Let go of what was and look forward to what's new. Try different things. Learn about yourself. Take the time to ask yourself these deep questions. Also look at your life like, if there was a fly on the wall and it was watching me, what would it see? Does it show that I'm making the progress? Does it show that I'm making the work? What am I doing in my free time to benefit myself? If you're making a change to go to the gym, to work on your health, to lose that weight, I'm proud of you. You can do it. But you're not going to make these changes and keep living the same way that you've been living, right? It's not like you're going to go to the gym, you're going to exercise and eat fast food all week. If you want to make changes and you're inspired by how somebody lives their life and you see them going on vacations all the time and traveling, and you want to live like that, but you can't shop on Amazon every day. You can't go out and buy new clothes and do all these things and spend your money elsewhere and expect to live that lifestyle without the income. No, you're going to make changes, right? You're going to change the way that you spend your money. You're going to save more. You're going to financially hold yourself better in order to live that lifestyle. If you're getting sober, it all starts with not picking up drink. But it takes work. You are your own worst enemy at the end of the day. Only you can talk yourself out of it. Only you can bring yourself back to where you were. Only you can make yourself reach that goal. And it's all about seeing the end goal. It's all about where you see yourself. How do you see yourself living? How do you want to live your life? Really ask yourself, how is it that I want to live? And if you're in a job that you don't like and you're afraid to make that change, why is it that you feel that way? Look for the other job. It's scary. It's unknown. Yeah, sure, you might be afraid of failing. You might be afraid of not being good enough. But you're never going to know until you try. And if you fail, only you have the power to get back up and do it again. I failed a lot in my life. A lot. I still fail. But I look at it as moments of growth. You only fail if you don't get back up. It's only failure if you quit. If you don't quit and you get back up, that's a lesson. That's ammo for your arsenal. That's power. That's true resilience. And you should be proud of yourself if you got back up today. You should be proud of yourself for going into work even though you didn't want to. You should be proud of your accomplishments and how far you've came, even when it only feels like a baby step. But that's where it starts. It's got to start from somewhere. It starts from inside. It takes the push. You can think about change all you want. It's until you make that effort consistently will you see the results. I know I've been probably circling here and going off topic. I do apologize. I am doing my best to keep it on track. This one really means a lot to me, and I feel like I've been going through changes myself. I've experienced some hard lessons over the past months, and today has been a good day of reflecting on how much I actually have and what I've gained. And I'm still growing. I'm still changing. I'm still trying on different shoes. And if that fly on the wall was watching me right now, he would see me talking into this mic, talking to you, spreading positivity and hope for those who might be struggling. And to me, that feels good. If you're out there and you're struggling and you're not sure which way to go, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to think honestly and deeply, what is it that I truly want in life? And as soon as you give yourself a little taste, you're going to have those thoughts of light. You need to listen to yourself, because only you know how to change. Only you know what to do next. But you need to look past all that negativity, all that doubt, all that fear, and look for that diamond. Look for that needle in the haystack. That thought of, hey, that's a great idea. This podcast was just a thought. It was just a thought in my head when I was journaling and I was going through my dark time. That was it. This was just a thought. It wasn't until I gave light to it and said, you know what? We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's a reason why I felt that way, and there's a reason why I thought about the podcast and creating a podcast. And here we are, 2 months later, talking to you.
You're listening to Real Talk Revival.
It all started from somewhere. It started from a change. You are your savior. You are your best friend. But you can also be your biggest enemy. Let's talk about what happens when our mind turns on us, especially during change. It's powerful. It's like a computer that's connected to the universe with never-ending energy that, when not properly aligned, can turn on us. What I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, change starts in the mind. Thought by thought, moment by moment. And you might not control every thought, but you do have the power over what you believe, what you give light to. This week, I challenge you to catch one negative thought, something that may be holding you back, especially if you're in the middle of a change, and speak life over it. Try it just once, and then again tomorrow. Understand why that negative thought's there, and is that really who you are, or is that just your doubt? Is that your ego trying to come back? You're not alone in this fight, and every little win matters. If you're struggling and you feel alone, and you're in the middle of a change right now, and you don't have a sense of direction, you can reach out to me on my website at realtalkrevival.studio. My email is on there, realtalkrevival101@gmail. Please feel free to reach out. You're not a burden. You're not alone. You do have the power to change, and sometimes we need a little bit of guidance. And I'm sure that there's other people on here that feel for you too. I'll create a blog post tonight around 9 o'clock, and I will open it up so that it's about change, and you can leave a comment if you're going through something. You've changed and you'd like to share your story. These stories help others. I want you to know that. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because our stories are powerful. Our words are powerful. And sometimes, when we talk about what we're going through, somebody else could be going through the same thing, and it could be a roadmap to leading them in the light, in the right direction. I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the love from my last episode, my first episode ever on Real Talk Revival. I got a tremendous amount of love and support. It's been an amazing journey. It's been so cool to sit here and talk with you and to relay my stories and my inspiration to you. It really enlightens me, and it makes me want to be better. It makes me want to be better every day so I can be better for you. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm proud of where I came from. I had to change to be the best version of myself. If this podcast touched you, if you know somebody else that's going through change, somebody that's going through a hard time, please like and share this episode with them. Let them know that they're not alone. By sharing this with somebody that's going through it, you're showing them that you care for what they're going through. You understand what they're going through, and you want to shed some light on that. Nobody's alone. There's somebody out there going through the same thing. Just today, we're too afraid to talk about it. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful night. Tune in again to Real Talk Revival. Just a quick reminder, I am not a licensed therapist or medical professional. Everything shared here comes from a personal experience and is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. If you're struggling with mental health, addiction, or anything serious, please seek out a qualified healthcare provider. You deserve real support. Until next time, stay real, stay grounded, and keep rising.